Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to Esports Wales. Welcome back to the Welsh Esports League. And I guess in the way to welcome back to me, I've not been here yet this season, but I'm here today to cover the semi-finals and the final for you tonight. Joined by, for the first time in the desk, Judas, the Rocket League. Hello, my friend. Welcome here. How are you doing today?
Doing great, very hot, nice sunny day, so I'm sure we all don't really want to be stuck inside for this game, but there's just too much important action going on here. Semi-finals and the finals, like you said, potentially, well, we've got two best of 7 games on broadcast day, potentially 14 games plus overtime. I don't think it'll go that far, but, well, strap yourselves in because we could possibly be in for a long ride.
Yeah, potentially that's the art of best of sevens. Although, as I've said before, I've had a look at the matches that we're expected to watch tonight, and yeah, it's a rather interesting set of matches with many teams having multiple players, some of which I've never seen before on the Esports Wales stage, and missing out a couple of key players as well for some teams, most definitely. But I think either way, we're definitely going to get some close matches within the series. I think we'll have a runaway winner in the semi-finals for both of them. I think the finals has the potential though to go all the way to that 7.
And that's the one we want to look for, right? Like it's all well and good being in the semi-finals, but all of these teams, they want to be in the finals, right? No one's going to be happy with a 4th place or even a 3rd place at the moment, especially when you get so close, right? When you're this far away, it is the final day. You don't really want to only be playing the one game. You want to ideally be playing the 2 for the big prize at the end. So, excited to see exactly who will come away. Do you want to give some early predictions on who you actually think the finalists will be, and well, if from there maybe the final winner?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Robins in the lower bracket beating the Goats, and then I think I'm gonna go with the Dragons winning this game. So we're gonna have a Robins versus the Dragons final. I know Slayer John is thinking the Goats are gonna go through. I just can't see it happening. I know a lot of these players. A lot of them have taken sort of a step down off the gas, especially in the off season with the game. A lot of people dropping hours. So I think either way, it's going to be a bit of a rough ride for whoever wins. I don't think it's going to be the most exceptional Rocket League we've seen them play, but without a doubt, it's going to be close because I think we've got a lot of players at the moment who haven't actually played that much of the game, but we're going to go here into the first game, the first best of 7 of the evening, and we now get to see the actual 6 players that are going to be on the field. It'll be an interesting ride. Obviously, Benji and Ellis have been in 3 finals and not won a single final. So these guys have a curse when it comes to those grand finals.
Already off to a fast start with a quick shot on goal. They're not coming off just yet, but when it is a game, like you said, a lot on the line, and there we go already.
Okay.
Boom, Lay, first goal of the game.
Yeah, Laytox there, just catching the defense sleeping. Nice touch forward. Benji's touch not so great, and Lay gets an open net. Not what you want to be seeing from the beginning of the game from the Dragons. You need to see them, step it up a little bit, especially to keep my prediction on tight. But as I say, there's players on the pitch that I'm not too familiar with. Avicii's being one of them, but looking at his rank, it is high. And that's going to be on target. Again, a shot that should never be allowed to make it that close to net. I mean, just a couple of centimetres to the left there, that's going to be in the bottom left corner.
Certainly need to wake up at the moment, do the Dragons. They haven't really got started in this game yet, and you have a few games to play with, but you want to get started early. There's a nice shot on target there, but Avicii making the save, and it's... we're already down early, certainly. Puffins off to a good start, but you don't want to be giving up anything too cheap. And yeah, it looks like Puffins on the attack.
Yeah, and it's going to be a touch away from Benji, who's still going to stay on the ball here. He looks to go forward. Risen's flipped back. Will he get the block? No, he won't. Hopeless will. Can he provide some hope here? No, he can't. Risen keeps it going. Now Ellis trying to stop the ball down dead. He's trying to take it away. It will be Benji to clear. Ellis is going to follow through. He's got the 100 boost there in the centre, but cleared away. Benji gets one touch on it, but if it can't be followed, it won't be useful. Hopeless Will does get a touch. Won't be threatening though, as Risen is able to claim the ball. Lays over there on the left side of the wall. Risen's going to go for that flip preset, but misses. Ellis trying to take a touch. Too heavy. Lay will get the touch on it. Hopeless Will here with the boost advantage and position. It's going to be centred to Benji, but again, 50'd away, and so far it's just looking like an unstoppable force here from the Puffins, who aren't letting the ball anywhere near their net.
Yeah, definitely. Dragons going back into the game. No, hold on. Wide open goal, and wow, from long way. Benji gets a goal back to 1-1. And exactly, I think, what the Dragons needed. They definitely woke up after that, shaky start. And yeah, all of a sudden, back to all even. And Puffins, well, left the door wide open for them.
Yeah, 100%. And again, you know, 2 of those goals now we've seen where the defense just hasn't been there to prevent it. And this is going to be the 3rd goal.
Wow.
Here comes Benji. The ball just rolls into the center. Nobody back home. Nobody rotating the way they should have been there off the kickoff. And that was partially down to Risen being beaten so quickly there in the corner. He was last man. He should have played a little bit safer. But even the follow-up on the kickoff vanished. I don't know where the player went. I don't even know if there was a player following, to be completely honest. But yeah, that's not great on the side of the Puffins. They did have a lead. They looked strong for the first sort of minute and a half of the game. All of a sudden, the floodgates have opened with that 1 goal. And hopefully they can get themselves back on track. Looking to do that's going to be Risen. He goes for that double tap. Cleared off the backboard, though. Make sure it stays away from danger. Avicii tries to get in there, but Ellis will get the touch. It's off the backboard. 23 boost. Will he get the read? Double's there, but no. Great save, and it's still going to be pressure, though, in the side of the Dragons.
They're all in favor of the Dragons right now. How quick the game changes, you know? It was looking like a great start for Puffins. All of a sudden now, much more difficult for them to get the control back that they had. Just left the door open again a couple of times now, but more pressure coming back.
Oh, wow, okay.
All square from the Puffins.
Yeah, a seemingly interesting style of defense from the lads on the Dragons. They are not playing particularly well. I mean, letting a goal like that go in is not exactly what you want to see. I mean, to be honest, all 4 goals at the moment haven't exactly worked the defense. They've been pretty much open goals and missed defensive touches, but hopefully we get this away. Oh, right, okay. I've just realised that's not actually Ellis. It's Amir. What am I doing? I just read the name properly. So that would explain some things. You know, usually this roster would consist of Benji and Ellis, but this is actually Amir, not Ellis. And that's going to be right in from Risen again. A missed touch on the backboard from Amir. And yeah, Risen again. You know, he had Benji there at the bottom of the net, so he's placed it onto the crossbar and down there. Beautiful placement from Risen, beautiful power. And yeah, no, they take the lead, and deservedly so.
Yeah, it's been, you know, like you said, a little bit scrappy so far, but maybe this suits the Puffins, you know. If that's, well, look at that, wide open, straight off the kickoff. Puffins get right on in. Risen, 2 goals in about 10 seconds. You know, it's seeming like, you know, they're growing into this game again. You know, they had that good start, had a nice little midfield battle, and now really starting to make things work. And Dragons, like you said, not playing the way maybe we would have expected. Neither team, my goodness, almost another wide open goal right away. It's back and forth, but you know, at some point you want one of these teams to really start to tidy it up a bit.
Yeah, it's only the first game of a best of 7, so we'd expect to see those improvements coming later on. That's a good save there. And he's going to try and take this one forward, but a little bit too heavy on this one. Avicii's going to go forward. He's looking for the bump, actually. Benji gets back and makes a heroic save. It's going to be a shot, though, towards the net. Just about saved away. Here comes Lane out, trying to find a shot. Hope this will just get to manage to get a touch on it. Amir pushes it even further. Here comes Benji now. He looks to get the touch. Can he find the shot? No, he can't. Risen will clear it away. And now Amir's going to have to get back fast here. The 50's played, the follow-up saved. Now it's an open net, but Ellis, or Amir rather, he takes a heavy touch. And that's just going to ruin the momentum. That could have been the 3rd goal there. We could have been seeing the last minute just trying to battle to tie the game back up. But no, he had the open net. The touch too heavy.
Now, finally, a sustained defense from the Dragons that actually worked out. They almost, you know, converted very quickly into a counter-attack, but not quite putting it together just yet. Maybe should give them a bit of a confidence boost, though. Realize, you know, they can stay back in this, and you know, it's only a 2-goal deficit. You can make that up pretty quickly, but you're going to get the ball rolling because it is, well, only 30 seconds left to go. And you know, Puffins, if they can take an early game in this set, it'll fill them with confidence for the rest of the set.
Yeah, 100%. Again, it is just all down to the Puffins at the moment, just trying to find that strength point. I think if they can stay consistent through the whole game, they shouldn't have a problem in the series with the way that we are seeing the opposition team play. As I say, you know, we don't have what I would call the main roster. I'd expect to see Ellis on the pitch with the partnership with himself and Benji. The fact we're not seeing that is it's cause for concern for this team. Ooh. Especially because, well, the way I see it is Amir is just slightly worse than Ellis. Ellis has obviously been there, done that, beaten some very, very good teams to get to the finals in the past, and you know, that's something that he's held at high regard for. But with this current roster, okay, yes, Amir is top of the leaderboard, but points don't always tell you the real story there. There's a couple of times Amir could have played a softer touch, could have played a more control on the ball, and they could have had about 2 or 3 more goals. But again, just trying to rush it, trying to force it to happen won't work here. They need to take their time, they need to take a breath, they need to reset, because from what I've seen of these players, that was not the greatest of performances from all 3 of them on the Dragons. And, you know, they're the guys that I'd expect to win this game without a problem. But Risen, Lay, and Avicii, they've been playing really well. Again, if they just keep that consistent factor and don't sort of drop off for 2 minutes in the middle, they'll have no problem in this game whatsoever in the current climate.
Yeah, the way they came back from two quite quick goals coming through from the Dragons as well, and then just turning that into 2 quick goals of their own, and that was it. They could just kind of tighten up shop from there. But they didn't even do that. They were still on the front foot, getting aggressive, almost even scored right at the death then too. So definitely, good statement of intent from the Puffins so far. So Dragons, they've had the bloody nose. Can they then convert this now and then turn it back in their favor?
Yep, that's the question we ask ourselves, but with goalkeeping like that, definitely not. The ball was shot directly at the goalkeeper. It was good speed from Risen to get there. But again, at this level, this should not be going in the back of the net. It shouldn't. That just can't go in. It can't go in. Benji needs to wake up. At this level, especially towards the semi-finals and finals, you expect that to be saved 100 days of the week. There should never be a question about it. And at the moment, if it continues in the same way, especially if Risen, Avicii and their team realise that they can just shoot on net, then it's not going to be a good day for the Dragons.
If they can keep it simple, don't have to go for anything too fancy. Just if the defense is lacking, then people punish them for it. And the Puffins done that so far. If they've recognized this, then they should continue to go for it. What you don't want to see the Dragons do is give up too many more goals like that, because if you're beaten by a better team, then there we go. But if you're beaten by yourselves more than anything, that'll just be disappointing.
Oh, here we go, Amir!
Oh, great save!
And that's Amir's mechanical display. I thought he'd lost them. I was quite concerned. No, he's shown us that he's still got it in him. And he's played the reset there. He's fortunately not got it, but the rotation's not there. Amir,
no!
What's going on?
Oh, my
And
goodness.
he's just partially scored their own goal. Again, both players too close together. That touch comes off Will's boot. Ellis too fair. Well, his name keeps throwing me off. Amir, sorry, keeps a little bit too close to the ball there. Needed to be a bit further back, hence the awkward touch, which went very, very much so towards his net, and obviously finished. And at the moment, it is just sloppy mistakes like that. When you start to think that you're seeing a little bit better from the Dragons, something else falls in the way and goes in, and there's a fair goal. Lay, really, really good pass, perfect shot, perfect play. Again, taking the defence away like they're nothing. A demo in there as well from Avicii. A whole team play there, all 3 players involved in some regard.
Dragons, with their wings clipped at the moment, certainly need to find something else. Whatever they are putting together, it's just not working out. And the Puffins rightly punishing them for it. Again, quite a simple play. Everyone involved, but it wasn't anything too fancy. There we go. Dragons on the board. Hopeless World gets back into this one. You just need to ride this momentum. You don't have to win this game, but I think you at least want to start putting a better showing of yourself, just to build some confidence for the rest of this set. Because if you're down 2-0 already, it's already a mountain to climb before you even started.
Yeah, it's never a good place to be. It's always a dark place, and these players, they should be used to this now. They've played in a couple of Welsh Esports League seasons. Benji playing in all 5 of them, and you'd expect them to have got that experience in these kind of situations to sort of lock in. At the moment, they don't seem to be at that point, but there's still plenty of time left in this game as well. 3-1, only 2 goals to chase, 3 minutes to do so. Nearly 4 goals to 1 though. There has just about made a save in the back lines. Ellis is going to try and push this one down the line. Risen gets a touch. It's going to be awkward for Lay. He will get this touch away though. A double commit, not looking great on the side of the Dragons still. Communication errors are definitely prominent. But will Amir be able to find the read? He was close. I genuinely think he was hitting that towards net. But it was a great touch away. And that's what the side of the Puffins need to do at the moment. They just need to stay alert. We're seeing a lot more of the ball in Dragons' possession. But if the Puffins just remain patient, the opportunities will come to just score an open net again.
Yeah, Puffins have been doing that consistently. Again, now another just clean shot on goal, forcing the Dragons back, forcing them to have to think about the defense, and they clearly don't want to do that, right? They're all the players seem to be wanting to be looking forward, committing forward. But again, big space, double save coming out from the Dragons this time. it's getting better. They are working a bit more cohesively, but you still need to string an attack together. Puffins not relenting at all with their shots, just constantly. You see that they're not even really looking for too many passing moves, just putting it downfield, just forcing the Dragons away from their goal, and it's worked out so far, and it looks like it's carrying on.
Yeah, now it's going to be, ooh, good save there from Lay. Avicii's going to be taking this one in the air. He's got Risen in the centre. The pass goes across. It's a good pass off the post and in from Risen. Placement king again there from Risen. Just about finds the angle where the ball's going to bounce in off that post. And again, the defense just not keeping up to speed. Two players fly across the screen. Neither one of them getting a touch. And this one should definitely start to rub the salt into the wounds a little bit in this game. 4-1 after all the possession transferred over to the Dragons. Just one quick snappy counter-attack. Got a goal back in favour of the Puffins. And a 3-goal comeback is much harder. Definitely if it's a 4-goal comeback, Avicii nearly creates it, but it's a great save there from Benji. I did say he had to wake up in the defence. It seems like he heard me. He's now not letting ball just fly into net when he's there. He is saving what he can, which is good to see, because I was getting quite worried for a moment that he was playing on keyboard and mouse and not his controller.
You just wonder where this Puffins has come from, you know, to be this bit of a surprise package right now, and where the Dragons have gone, you know, where they're not putting it together the way you'd expect. It seems like the Puffins more than happy now to just keep this ball in the midfield, and we're really punishing them. Like look at this. Everything the Puffins want to do just seems to be coming up. It's all last-ditch defending from the Dragons, and everything right now is just leading to the Puffins maybe dominating this set.
Yeah, I think this one could be a 4-0 to the Puffins, to be completely honest, just seeing the current state of the play. As I say, and you know, a lot of these players have put down the controller and stopped playing Rocket League for quite a while. Benji's been playing for ages, you know, so it wouldn't be surprising if they have taken a break, or even, you know, look at probably quitting Rocket League and just playing for the sake of the league. I wouldn't be too surprised if we see the past 2 weeks, hours being about 10 for all of these players. And that's probably just the league matches for Esports Wales, you know what I mean? So, yeah, definitely, they're going to get a goal back here, 4-2. But as I say, I mean, I must say, seeing Risen and Latox play this well, they've improved heavily since the last time we seen them in the Welsh Esports League Season 4. They've improved leaps and bounds. And it's fair to say they've definitely caught me by surprise tonight, seeing their name tags and seeing them play the way they are. It almost looks like two completely different players on the pitch.
Yeah, I caught you by surprise, caught the Dragons by surprise clearly as well, and look at that. It just seemed like on a switch, they've just turned on a few moves. Like when they need to put it together, the Puffins, they've done it fantastically. You know, the Dragons have let a few things slip, but just sometimes you have to hold your hands up and say Puffins are playing extremely well as well. But, you know, there's plenty for the Dragons to improve on here. They just won't get a whole lot of time to do it because, you know, Puffins, like I said, playing so well, scoring so freely so far, and defending quite well as well. You know, there's been very few opportunities for the Dragons. The 2 goals they have scored are possibly some of their only attempts. So I think a bit of a rethink needs to go through for the Dragons. So you're 2-0 down unexpectedly, still time to work with in this set, but you give up any more and it's going to be very, very uncomfortable for you.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, like, at the moment, we are seeing a very, very washed Benji with players who usually in a Welsh Esports League season would play against him and wouldn't make playoffs. And that is just the reality here of the situation. We're playing, this team seems to be combined. You know, Benji and Ellis have been competing in the semis and further for quite a long time. As I say, every single season they've been up there. But then Amir and Hopeless Will, they've not really been up there that far. So I think it's just a general difference in skill at the moment. It's a skill difference between these two teams. They are getting out-skilled, they're getting outplayed, outpaced to the ball, everything you could imagine. There's a double reset, nearly going, and he takes it past all the defenders. And that's exactly what I mean by a difference in skill class. That is exactly what I mean. Avicii just calls it into fruition there. He gets a double reset, takes out 3 defenders, and just leaves it for Latox to tap it in.
That is Avicii's goal for sure. Just completely took the game away from the Dragons. Like playing with an empty goal like that. And fantastic stuff. Highlight reel level stuff. And, you know, again, if the Dragons aren't playing well and the Puffins are putting together pieces like that, it's no surprise that this set has gone the way it has. It's just on the Dragons now to react to that properly. And there we go. Exactly what they needed. Again, a quick answer back from some good play as well. I haven't seen this sort of attack from them this entire set so far, so they could put that together a little bit more, put some pressure on these Puffins, because they're just flexing on you at the moment. So the more you can do that, the better stead you'll be in.
Yeah, listen, it's one of those situations where I've just done some cheeky checks of the ranks of these 6 players. You've got Hopeless Will sat at currently 16-13, and you've got pretty much 2 out of the 3 players on the opposite side in the Puffins sat at 2K. It's a 400 MMR difference. I mean, there's not even a world where those 2 types of players should really be able to compete against each other. At the moment, they are putting a good competition up so far, though. And Puffins can't get complacent or too cocky, otherwise they could be, shot in the foot. But that skill difference, that skill barrier, especially from the game's rank system in 2v2, it is there. It is there. But that doesn't always mean that the better team, the better players, win the game. You just have to be smarter. At the moment, though, we're not seeing that smartness sort of come through. We are just completely seeing an onslaught from the Puffins. That's a good bump. Ellis, though, or Amir rather, does good to get there. And yeah, it's a bit of a bizarre game at the moment. We're not really seeing any team control the game, per se. We are tied at 1-1. No shots have came in about a minute's time. The ball's just sort of been put up and back and forth the centre. Hopeless Will puts a hope forward, and it touches the net. It doesn't quite. That's a pass forward to Risen, who puts the shot on net.
Oh, yes.
Saved away, though, by Benji. Back into the centre with Lay. The 50's there. It's going to be awkward. Laytox will find another touch. Avicii looks to push it into the centre. He drops it down. The pre-jump was on from Risen. They're trying to go for some plays here. They're trying to go for clip of the tournament, it seems. Not going to get it just yet. That's a good save again. Benji at the moment being a one-man wall at the back. That's not going to be saved, though.
No way!
And Risen just finds the corner read. Yeah, it was definitely coming. We've seen chance after chance. I did not expect Risen, though, to go for something as saucy as this. He gets it. Benji's not got enough boost. And there you go, 2-1, the icebreaker. And, as I say, it is a difference in skill class. And I think unless the concentration laps for the Puffins, it should be a sweep. It should be a 4-0 sweep.
Risen, the placement king, claims his crown right there. Fantastic. It was, like you said, it was building. The pressure had been mounting for quite some time. And it's good for the Puffins that they were able to convert it. But what do you do if you're the Dragons? It seems like any time the Puffins get an opportunity, they not only convert it into, a decent shot on goal, but then they can continue to mount that pressure. Dragons seem to be sneaking a chance here and there if they're getting anything. The Puffins with the sustained pressure over and over again, and still managing to convert in just ways that the Dragons haven't been capable of so far today. So maybe now, with a bit of territory in favor of the Dragons, they are trying to set up around the Puffins' goal. But again, Puffins come forward and you couldn't back against them not scoring.
Yeah, they just know how to retain pressure back and forth. Avicii tries a psycho there. That's when they're trying to just, take the Michael a little bit when they're going for some of those plays. And that's going to cost them a goal here. And they are taking the mick, They're trying to go for some fancy shots. And it will be a goal. But it's quite a condescending sort of goal to concede. Or no, a goal to score even for the Dragons, because they know more than anyone that their opponents, they're having a little bit of fun with it. They're not taking it as seriously anymore. They realise that they have that sort of difference in skill. But Amir,
here we go.
Nearly does a double reset dribble. Doesn't quite get it for everybody. It was close enough. Not quite able to complete it. It was actually, that's what we need to see more of from him, though. If we want to actually talk about a world where they can win the game, he's got to go for those solo plays a lot more. We only see them once a game. We need to see them 4 or 5 times. Keep attempting it. Keep going in the air. But at the moment, it just seems like they're aimlessly hitting the ball around. And Amir will have that one sort of opportunity to try and take it forward. If we get Amir on the ball a little bit more with some boost behind him, I think he can score a couple of nice goals.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you need, for the Dragons. A couple of confidence boosters, a good save here and there, a nice goal. Because right now, that's all what the Puffins have been having, We've seen plenty of these fancy goals, both from Lay and Risen, going for it again, going for these fun plays, these attempts. It's obviously cost them a goal just now for the Puffins, but they're still enjoying it, playing much more freely than the Dragons right now. And if, like I said, if you can see Amir doing a little bit more of that, a bit more fancy plays, it'll just provide a bit of confidence for all of the team. And even Will getting in on the action a little bit now. And it's, again, not quite working for the Dragons. Double commit again then. So you need to piece it together just a bit more, but they're doing the right things. If they can keep it going, then hopefully we can see a bit of a closer set.
Yeah, nobody wants to see a 4-0 in a best of 7 series. But I tell you who will, the Puffins. They want to take this one 4-0. They're just sort of waiting for the opportunity to strike. Wouldn't surprise me if they try and score now just to... Oh, they should have. They should have. That should have been in. The defense was beaten. And now it might cost them, actually. Risen does get a touch. The ball's still up. A goal could still be scored. The double commit will slow it down, but it's definitely still possible. As Amir can't actually finish the game off. It's going to be tapped up once more. Risen flicks that one up into the centre. Avicii's there. Touched back to the middle. It's going to be a good save, though, from Amir there, coming off the ceiling. And it's things like that from Amir that we haven't seen. Like, where's it been? This sort of aerial confidence. That's what we need to see. He's probably the only player at the moment who can properly challenge, although Will has just proved me wrong straight away there with his challenge. But Amir can probably do it more consistently. I'd expect Amir to be that sort of player to properly cause the damage in the air. It's going to come across. Benji's there, Risen there too. Benji will get that 50. Hopeless Will drops it back. Lays on top. Be beaten though, Hopeless Will. Avicii cuts it off. And now Lay tries to find it, but can't. Benji takes it away, 49 boost. What will he do here to try and get the goal? Avicii does well to get it away. That's going to be towards the net, though. Luckily not on target, because none of the defenders were actually ready to save it.
Yeah, very close, and now a bit of an open goal here. An opportunity spotted, and Lay goes in to finish it off. The Dragons fall down again. 3-0. Next set now in favor of the Puffins already, and Dragons just going away. They've been growing into these games a little bit more. Obviously taking that one to overtime, much better than what they've had so far, but still not enough. And I think what you touched on just now with the sort of aerial confidence coming out with from the Puffins into the Dragons, I think that comes down to just the recent game time, right? You talked about how these players have been slowing down a little bit these last couple of weeks, and the first thing to go will be that aerial confidence. You know, the belief of, oh, I am getting this ball and no one else can touch it, because they've been close but just off the pace. And you know how it is in Rocket League. If you're not there in time, you're late. You know, and that's how it's been so far. It'll have to be an almighty turnaround for the Dragons to win it from here.
Yeah. And that's 3-0. That's going to be reverse sweep needed. They need to win 4 games back to back. They have no lives left. They've lost them all. Now's the time they need to win. Now or never, basically. But again, I don't know. You know, I love being optimistic, but you can only go so far into optimism before you become delusional. And you know, I've seen the guys over on the Puffins at full speed ahead. And I feel like if they went full speed ahead here, we'd have a game in double figures in goal score, because they've been trying to go for some nice players. They haven't just been trying to score simple goals, because that balls them.
Yep.
Understandably so. I mean, they've scored so many. Why keep going? Let's try and score some nice team plays. Get some clips, post them on Twitter later, and all that jazz. But yeah, unfortunately, we are looking at what seems to be a very, very defeated Dragons side, and I'm not too sure if they have it in them here to try and fight back. I'm not sure if the mental is going to withstand that.
It's got to be hard, especially when the Puffins just haven't really been making mistakes. You know, it's been neat and tidy and fancy. You know, more than just neat and tidy. Again, another attempt from Risen. Doesn't quite get the placement right that time. But again, would have been a nice goal. Didn't quite need to go for something so fantastic, but just felt like they had the opportunity to. Again, Benji, good chance there, good knockdown, but not quite connecting with the rest of the Dragons. And it's been the story so far of this set, and unfortunately for the Dragons, the story might be coming to an end a lot sooner than they wanted.
Yeah, I think for Benji, not only has he stopped playing the game as much in terms of grinding, that's a great pinch.
Great shot.
But he's also, you know, no disrespect to Hopeless Will or Amir, but he's playing with lower teammates than he's ever used to playing with before. You know, he used to play with a guy called Foxy, who represented Wales at the Commonwealth Games, who was again up in that 2K range. A very, very decent prospect player, looking to rise up through the RLCS sort of structure. And he used to play with it, and obviously Ellis as well. And that team were really, really good. They beat some very, very strong opponents. And now you've got Benji thrown with 2 players who are around 17, 1800, which is, you know, 2, 3, 400 MMR below what he was playing at previously. And it's like, you can't expect him to understand his teammates. You know, that's why we see some of the passes a bit too fast, a bit too far, a bit too behind.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like the team has good chemistry. It doesn't look like they played together often. Which, if they don't play the game or the others are a different rank class, then that's completely understandable. I mean, I'm just looking at Hopeless Will's tracker, and he still plays the game pretty, plays a bit of the game. He's got 219 matches this season, so he's actively playing. But again, he's not at the rankings that he'd need to be, or at the skill level to beat opponents like the ones he's playing against right now. He's nowhere near.
You would hope in this game here for the Dragons, it's the longest the Puffins have gone without scoring. We've only got about 2 minutes left, and there's a good attempt there from Lay, not quite on target, but Benji clears it anyway, just in case. And with the Puffins being stifled so far this game, it's maybe an opportunity for Dragons to sneak a late goal or a quick goal, and then try and shut up shop from there. But again, with the Puffins not making a mistake, it's hard to see where the opportunity is going to come from. There hasn't been a whole lot of chances, but most of them have still been in favor of the Puffins so far. So, opportunity for the Dragons. Let's see if they can take it.
Yeah, and they get close to doing so there, Amir, but unfortunately, it won't be in goal. And what we see here is a full boost plunge from the side of the Puffins. Will they find anything? Not just yet. Lay's going to get onto the ball. He plays it across field. Amir will get a touch to the side. Here comes Benji now. He flicks that one forward. It's a chance to get on the end of it for Will, but beaten out by Risen. Benji, can he find a quick shot here? No, Avicii will take it past him. Now Avicii one-on-one with the goalkeeper. He looks to go for a plan B. Pogo can't find it. Lay to the sidewall. Gets the block. Beautiful control there on the ground for his car to get that block on. And now Risen. He's going for a reset. He's got one. Doesn't catch up with the ball though. Hopeless Will. He'll try and retain the pressure. And at the moment, we're looking at watching pretty much a game of tennis between these two teams. It seems like possession keeps getting transferred each few seconds with a half chance, shall we say. And then the ball just keeps switching sides. We're just waiting to see when that breakthrough is going to happen and who it'll be for.
Chance for someone on the Dragons to make a statement, but at the same time, can't get too gung-ho because Puffins sneak one, and I think that will be it for the set. So Dragons certainly on a tightrope here. Do they go for it? Do they sit back, stick, or twist? The Puffins know exactly what they want to do. They want to score. They want to get this set over early. Can the Dragons find a little window? You don't want to go out 4-0, 3-1. Will feel a lot better for you, but the Puffins' defense so strong. No sniff of a chance coming through for the Dragons just yet.
Yeah, and it looks like this could be the last chance, the last shot of the game. Avicii misses. It could have been a wrap-up right there if that ball just hits the back of the net. It doesn't quite. But we have a lot of time here. Late looks to go on the ball. Played down there by Amir. Hopeless will get to touch. Gets a good touch as well. Followed on. No, Lay leaves it for Risen. He's going to try and find this one centre, but misses the ball. That's going to put Lay awkward as well. And it will be taken away by Benji into the centre. And that's what he 50'd in from Hopeless Will. And there we go. One game won. And that might just even be to say, you can mess around all you want, but there is still another team on the other side of the field. And that is exactly why you don't mess around in a game, because things like that, actual genuine mistakes that you make are going to come back and bite you.
Benji there taking the game by the scruff of the neck, just going for a bit of individual brilliance there, fast pace up against the wall, sets it perfectly right in front of goal, right? It's the clearest chance you're going to get. And like you said, maybe not used to playing with some of these teammates. So if that's the case, just put it on a plate for them, make it so they can't possibly miss. And first game now for the Dragons. Puffins will be probably a bit upset by that, to be honest. They've clearly been having some fun with it, really showing off, but at the same time, you still don't want to lose any game. So we discussed earlier, players want to get through these games as quick as possible. They want to play in the final, and the earlier you can get through the semi-final, the quicker you can start thinking about that finals matchup. But you have to think for a little bit longer on both these sides, because Dragons take the game that they desperately needed. Could this be the start of a comeback?
It certainly could be, but I'd expect here to see some sort of seriousness regained by Risen, Avicii and Lay. I mean, if I know these Rocket League players correctly, they should have egos which prevent them from losing to players that they should be beating. That's Rocket League in a nutshell. Probably Esports in a nutshell, to be completely honest. And, you'd hope that the competitiveness inside of them is triggered by losing that game, and they're gonna put out a serious showing. And yeah, they are. They're gonna put out a serious showing. There we go. Already a task they didn't do in 5 minutes of messing around, they've done here in 29 seconds.
Yeah. Again, a nice clear setup there. Very scrappy defense again for the Dragons. No one seemed too set. No one ready for that type of shot. But again, I think you'd rather concede that goal early in this game rather than, or at all in the last game, obviously. So the fact that they've managed to get at least one game on the board should fill them with the confidence to get back into this game. They've scored against the Puffins, not easily and not too often, but they have managed it. So they should definitely feel like they can get at least one back. And then if they can get another narrow, cagey game again, well, maybe they can win another game in overtime or something like that. Again, Benji trying to make things happen, exactly what you suggested that this team should be doing. I haven't seen too much from Amir lately, but if Amir starts showing up as well, this could get to be a very tasty set.
I just need to see the confidence instilled. I think Benji needs to be the leader of this team. He's the most experienced. But that... he tried to be too cocky there. He had the reset in the palm of his hand. He just goes for the reset. He gets more power and that goes in. But again, they're trying to be the F2 freestyle as a Rocket League here. They're trying to do... I don't know what they're trying to do, to be honest. They're trying to crank it up. You went for a musty with no flip. That's never the way to go. If you want to musty it, you got to musty it with some power. You got to musty it with a flip behind it, then it goes flying. But, you know, they're still 1-0 up. They're not bothered as long as they get the game across the line. But again, they might see themselves... shell shocked if they drop a second game here because of their overconfidence, shall we say.
Yeah, again, similar to how I mentioned it earlier, the Dragons certainly don't want to lose off of the back of, a bit of bad defense, but Puffins certainly don't want to lose off the back of messing around a bit, and going for these fancy shots that they definitely don't need to take. It's a disappointing way to lose a set, so I'd expect, a little bit of, shall we say, fancy play for these next few minutes, but if they drop another game, I think that's when you have to see Puffins at full speed ahead. Because, like you said, you can drop a game and there you go. You can figure out why. But then there we go. We need to see more of that simple, straight into the corner from Lay. No a flair about it. Just strictly business on that shot. And need to see more of that for the Puffins if they want to push this lead.
Yeah, they're not going to get the opportunities as well. The Puffins in the final to mess around like they are now. They need to warm themselves up because the next opponent's going to be like four levels above what they're playing at the moment. They need to keep themselves warm. They need to keep themselves ready, prepared, serious as well. Because otherwise, if they are serious about winning this thing, they are serious about taking home the Welsh Esports League title, then they've got to focus up because this game's sort of like the warm up. The next game's the game that really matters. They've done so well to win this game with I'd say with ease, to be completely honest. Although it's not over yet. Talking completely out of reality. What a flick up by Avicii. Talking about completely out of reality. Yeah, this game's going to be going to our friends in blue, especially after I've just seen Avicii do that. That was disgusting. If only it went in. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting final though. I think I might have predicted both results wrong. I haven't got a clue what the other result is on the other side of the bracket, but it is a potential where I'm 100% wrong on the finalists. Which wouldn't surprise me. I've not seen the teams this season. That's nearly on net.
Ooh, there it is. Oh man.
Kept away. And time is ticking. So if the Dragons want to cause some kind of an upset here, they've got to act fast. They have to act fast. Otherwise, they're just going to be penned into their own net for the remaining minute. And that will not be great for anybody to watch. But that's going to be an open net. Oh, Risen just came back at the right time, and again, it becomes difficult. Oh no,
he's an open net though.
He needs to watch what he's doing, Risen. What?
Oh wow.
Wow.
Risen just let that one go. It was, well, a minute for the Dragons, a minute for their survival. They just need one more. We said they've scored once. They've even scored twice. They can definitely get some goals in the Puffins. But I think that's the first mistake that the Puffins have really made this entire set. First big blunder. And maybe that can give some confidence to the Dragons. If the Dragons get another goal, if they even happen to win this game, all of a sudden, the atmosphere is really going to change quite quickly. And again, look at this, the pressure now, all on the Puffins. The Dragons just pushing forward and definitely could sense an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, it could very, very well go to a 2-2 game just from the lack of concentration from the other team. I mean, it's hard to tell, isn't it? I mean, I'm very, very much, and I know Rocket League players with the age they are, Rhythm scores here. I know Rocket League players and the ages that they are. I know very, very many competitive players, competing players myself. And they all mess around in situations like this. They all, so I wouldn't be, I'm perhaps 90% sure that that's exactly what's going on here. The other 10% could be that they're just not as good as I'm giving them credit for, which I highly doubt, because seeing how mechanically able they are, I'd be very, very surprised if they weren't as good as I'm seeing. Like,
yeah, it doesn't look like just a good day, right? These are players who are confident, they know what they want to be doing, and gets another one. Does Risen. So Risen making up for that little blunder, has picked up 2 quick goals themselves and definitely sealed this game.
Yeah, and you finish where you start. 4-2 in the first game, 4-2 in the last game. No, it's 4-1. Hang on, we need another goal. Come on, go in.
There it goes.
Go in. There we go. 4-2 in the first game, 4-2 in the last game. And, yeah, it will be the Puffins in the final, not the Dragons. Fair to say I'm fairly disappointed we didn't see a Benj and Ellis duo. Don't know where Ellis is. I'm going to be telling them off for that. You can expect a message off me later on. Because I genuinely think if you get that partnership back, even the fact they haven't played so much of Rocket League, they still have the chemistry. They still know what to do. They still have. It's like Bill and Ben the Flower Pot Men. They played together for so long.
It's like you said, that sort of chemistry doesn't really go away, even if the general skill might diminish a little bit. You still have that chemistry to quickly link up and keep things a bit tidier. We saw a few good plays from Benji there, a few good plays from Emir, just not enough from everyone, And then shout out to Hopeless Will as well. They definitely didn't stand out. It was just a general lower quality team. It felt like then for the Dragons compared to the Puffins. But Puffins take a relatively convincing set. It's 4-1 overall in the best of 7. Could have been the 4-0, but decided to have a little bit of fun with it. And that last game certainly seemed more serious from the Puffins. It wasn't too fancy. A lot more neat and tidy. Still conceded the 2 goals though, so definitely will be chances from their end in the finals. But I just wonder, Pet, does that change your opinion for this finals matchup? Do you think that the Puffins could go all the way?
It's a hard. I think the final's going to be close. I don't think there's going to be an outright winner like this game. There's some good players in the 2 teams in the other semi-final, but there's some good players on the side of the Dragons there, and they just got hammered. I think would be an okay word to use. It's a hard one to sort of call, but I need to see who comes through the lower bracket, to be honest. I mean, it depends on the team and the players, the names that come through the lower bracket in the final, and then I'll be able to give my prediction. So I think the smartest thing to do is, whilst we wait for that, we'll throw to a quick break. When you're back, you can hear Ped's verdict and prediction for the finals. But go and get yourself a drink, some popcorn, and get ready for the show. We'll see you very, very soon. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Welsh Esports League Season 5. We're here now for the finals. We did see the Puffins come victorious in the previous match, and now we get to see them play in the finals. You're not going to guess who they're playing against. I got the guess right. They're playing against the Robins. And I predicted that one. Against Slayer John, by the way, the owner of Esports Wales. Just means that I'm more into my Welsh Esports Rocket League than he is. What can I say? But we have got the Puffins versus the Robins. Now, this game, based on paper, should go to the Robins. But paper doesn't always tell the truth. And it's going to be a completely different story on the game. But I think it's going to be close, but I've got to say the Robins will take this, just based off the fact that I know all three players on that roster. As I say, I've not really seen in tournaments and in leagues and stuff the other side of it as much. So I would have to say, Judas, that the Robins are more likely going to take this one. But I'll have to live by the sword on that one.
Well, Robins, of course, did beat the Goats in the other semi-final, but they only won with 4-1 set scoreline. So the Puffins had an easier time of it in the semi-finals. That doesn't necessarily mean it was a good thing, though, because like you said, they were messing about a bit and did have a bit too much fun at times. So I have to see if the Puffins actually tighten it up against the Robins, who are off to an absolutely flying start. And that is not how you want to start the finals if you're the Puffins.
Yeah, great pass by Isaac.
They all
no one
scored
in net. Yeah, literally, yeah, you're right. Any one of the three. And that's just how confident they were that was going to be a goal. Obviously, it does fall into the back of the net eventually. And yeah, as I say, this team are experienced. They played a lot of tournaments. They played with Esports Wales before. Khan and Casey Michu have. Isaac, I think, at some point has. But I'm pretty sure that team that he was on had a lot of availability issues, and they only ended up playing one game. So, you know, they've played Esports Wales, but they've also played other tournaments. They've competed in RLCS, etc. So they've got a decent team behind them, and a team that have capabilities to do very, very well. And that's going to be a near miss there from Khan. Casey Michu rotating back. Isaac's going to try and get in there. He's not going to be able to. Here comes Casey Michu. One touch forward, late. Will look to clear it away. Avicii can't get a touch on the ball. It's going to be a shot opportunity for Khan. Looks at that top right corner. Off the post, though. He was going for placement. Unfortunately, it does not work out for him this time. But Isaac reclaims that possession. Looks to get the bump there. Casey Michu's going to have a chance one-on-one with Lay, and that's just going to be in the goal straight away. And at the moment, it looks like a very, very dark road to recovery for the Puffins.
Yeah, Puffins did not come under this sort of pressure at all in their last semi-final, and maybe caught a little bit cold. You know, we didn't have quite a wait up until this finals matchup, so definitely need to wake up a little bit. Not too much. You know, it's not the end of the world yet. Only 2 goals down. Only just over a minute in. There's plenty of time for them to work with. But Robin's playing with style at the moment. Like, again, getting on the front foot, wanting to make the individual plays. And Puffins, need to take a bit of a page out of the Robins book here. Tighten it up. Get yourselves into this game, because we've seen that they can play in this sort of style. They just need to get a little bit of possession and start to build up that confidence.
I'll tell you what, I was speaking to earlier, Isaac, and he said that his Rocket League playtime was lacking, but I tell you now, he's been involved in almost every single thing that's happened on the pitch so far, Isaac. He's looked phenomenal. His reaction speed's right on top. He's fast, he's quick, he's able to get the ball away. That's exactly what you need him to do. And he's also got the mechanics there as well, who can get the ball in the back of the net, and that's going to be out to the backboard. A shot to follow from Isaac, going to be off target. Lay looks to follow the ball away now. He's got time. He plays it across the Risen. He thinks the goalkeeper, but saved away by Khan, who I was very surprised to see him back there.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a tricky play there coming out from Puffin. So not lacking on that bit of confidence, that bit of flair. So definitely want to, fire some warning shots at the Robins. There's another shot on goal. Khan makes the save yet again. Will not be beaten just yet, but Puffins now growing into this game, feeling a lot more like themselves after that fast start for the Robins.
Pretty blown down here for Casey Michu. He looks to get it past one, can't quite do so. Khan and Avicii can't get to the beat. Risen's going to get free possession of the ball. He plays it up to Lay, who won't be able to make that touch. Casey Michu at the back, however, he will. He gets control of the ball. He takes it into the air. He plays it underneath one. He plays the flip into the centre. Khan to the backboard. Isaac just needs to put it on target, which he does. And again, the Robins completely tear apart the side of the Puffins here. And wow, I mean, I knew it was going to be quite a skill gap on paper, but to actually put it into, fruition, it's a completely different thing. It's a completely different thing, and they've managed to do it so far here, and we are seeing, again, that skill difference, that class difference here from both of these sides. We haven't really seen too much on the side of the Puffins, but we've seen so much of the Robins, and it's going to take a hell of a lot of improvement from the Puffins here if they want to catch up.
Yeah, everyone on the Robins off to a great start in this game. Look at that. A few passes together and a wide open goal. Puffins doing what they do best, actually, have created some interesting chances and really put some nice attacks together, but Robins just managing to beat it away and then put together a quick counter-attack like that as well. And again, a wide open goal that Puffins, again, didn't have to deal with in their semi-final. They had a nice easy go of it, and now backs against the wall a little bit. Maybe need to almost see this game out a little bit and just kind of feel their way back into this one, just feel out their opponents a little. It would be nice to get a goal in. Can't quite get it still. The Robins very tight on the defense, but still plenty of Rocket League to be played in this set. But the Robins off to a very nice first game.
Khan will get the 50 there. It's going to fall back. Touch into the centre from Casey Michu, cleared away by Risen. Lay needs to find something here to bring back confidence in the side, but Khan's going to get there early. 2 demos from Casey Michu. Demo Merchant just killing the way and scoring as well. He not only plays the hitman, taking out 2 of the players in the centre, but he also gets there for the goal as well. And that is just phenomenal from Casey Michu there, clearing the way for Khan to drive the ball forward and then offering that option for a pass. Khan could have been greedy, but he played for the team. He didn't play for himself. And there's the 5th goal. And, we need to see a lot more from the Puffins as Isaac just mechs his way in with a simple little dribble there. Didn't even need to double it. It was off the crossbar and in. And this game could go to double figures.
Yeah, really having a good time of it in this game with Robins. Started well and haven't really let up since then. Puffins have created some chances, but Robins just all around strong right now. Definitely room for Puffins to grow into this set, but need a bit of a rethink. You want to look at each other and just think, all right, what happened there? What can we do about it? You don't want to make the call early that, Robin's just better than you so far, but this game, it definitely looks like that now.
Oh, my word.
Again, another clean attack for the Robins. The Puffins, haven't always been that late, but just not quite on the same pace at the moment. So need to get some flexing of their own. Again, trying to put a bit of a combination together. Another nice shot on goal, and there we go. Puffins do get a goal. We definitely needed that. It's only a consolation goal for this game, but at least you now know you can score against this team.
Yeah, finally a mistake in defence there. Casey Michu left awkward, tried his best to be fair. Probably the best thing he could have done in the situation he was. Maybe a side, but who knows, who cares? The 6-1 up, it doesn't matter. One mistake's fine when they've created such a comfort blanket in this game, which has definitely determined their win. And maybe it was actually meant to go in because we've just reached Rio de Janeiro here. Brazil, 7-1. Isaac comes in with a fireball. And I'll just leave the score at that. We don't often see Brazils in the grand finals of the Esports Wales Welsh Esports League finals.
Just going to have to sit it there. It's almost a bit more poetic as well, because at least according to the Esports Hub, Vici actually a German player. So definitely going to be feeling the wrath of this Brazil here. 10 seconds for the Puffins to change it.
That's
and
a goal.
They shall do that.
And it was a Vici.
Vici not having it, absolutely not being on the receiving end of a Brazil. Just gonna have to, I guess we'll call that a Germany for now. We'll take the 7-2, at least get another goal back. Again, just to feel a little bit better going into this next game.
I think they've got the ability to beat a team like the Robins, but they've got to play a hell of a lot faster than they are. They're playing very, very slow, and at least the only player I've actually looked at their team in terms of rank, Avicii, he's been at the 2K level, around the same level, if not a little bit less than the opponents he's facing up against. So he especially should be a very influential player in this game for the side of the Puffins. They need to make sure that they step it up there just a tad bit, because at the moment, apart from the saves, they've been a little bit too easy to cave open, I think. And of course, you're seeing the speed difference that's brung in here by the Robins. They're so much faster than the previous team that we've seen. Probably have on paper, as I say, the strongest roster in this tournament. But that does not mean that you're automatically defeated going into this game. You just have to be smarter. You don't have to be better. You need to be smarter than your opponent. They just need to get the brains working. Think of some ways that they can maybe beat this team. I've not seen any physicality come from them. No demos, no bumps. That needs to start to come into it. They need to start sort of learning the ways that they can beat a team that, well, realistically and mechanically, are stronger than them. Maybe a little bit quicker too.
Yeah, quicker, generally.
There we go.
There we go. That's
a bump. It was a bump.
Oh,
Said it.
Bump here.
Yeah. Have a bump. Risen just goes up there and bumps him off the ball. Avicii gets an open shot. That's exactly it. They listen. They must be watching the stream. They've listened to Coach PED. There we go. Top left corner. That's what we need to see more of now. That they need to keep going for that type of play because it will really put the Robins off balance.
Yeah, and that's what Puffins have done well today. It's their attacking play has been very strong. You know, they obviously dominated in the previous game. Oh, there we go. Another big pitch coming out. But the Dragons, of course, kind of didn't attack quite as strong as the Robins, so the Puffins didn't have to flex that defense. So definitely had the chance to show off their attacking. They want to keep it going now. There we go. Another demo coming out. So definitely getting more physical, just like you wanted.
Yeah, listen, I mean, that's exactly what I needed from them, to be honest, to be able to have some belief in a story where they win this game. And, we see it all the time in the qualifiers for the big tournaments in Rocket League, upsets happening in the double elimination format. I don't know why my tongue's not working with my mouth today. Both of them are in different times. But in this, it's completely different. They've got less time, and they've not got a second life. In Casey Michu, just fast as a bullet there, sends this one in. Isaac gets there as well, beats just the speed. It literally just speed this goal, the game speed that they're playing at, and we need to see that matched by the side of the Puffins, especially on the defensive wise. They will fall victim to a slaughtering.
Yeah, you definitely can't allow the Robins to have that sort of possession, because I mean, look at that. There was nothing that the Puffins could do. They were just nowhere near anyone on the Robins in that little exchange. So definitely need to be on the front foot as much as you possibly can, because if you're going to back off and give space just like that, you're going to allow big shots to come out. And Khan there, being a rocket defense, wants to get in on the goal scoring. Didn't quite make it happen that time, but it's so much that the Robins are doing individually, and the Puffins need to really work together to make this one happen. Doesn't quite get the shot there, does Avicii, but again, on the front foot, and it's always where they can have more success.
He's going to take this one to his back corner. Avicii's waiting down there as well. He will look to go and play the 50 with Isaac. He gets there, but Casey Michu just, again, bumping the way. Avicii responds with anger and smashes him off the map in a demo. And that's the best way to deal with someone like Casey Michu, to be honest. He wants to push you, push him back, the sort of bully in the schoolyard kind of gig. That's a pass middle. Someone needs to be there. They have to.
Oh, no.
And that's a chance really not taken by the Puffins. That's got to be a goal. That's the most open of goals you're going to get in a game like this. All it needed was a shot on target, and they will be made to pay for that missed opportunity, as Khan will slam this one home. Again, both defenders left off with low boost. Casey Michu makes sure that's 100% confirmed with a bump on Risen there in the net. And the Robins, after being behind 1-0, take a 2-1 lead.
They have to take those opportunities. This is grand finals territory. You can't be messing those up. If you miss any opportunity, it could come back to bite you. And just like that, it was seconds. We were talking 10, 15 seconds. The Puffins having a wide open goal and nobody home, and then the Robins converting into a goal. So definitely chances here for the Puffins. It's certainly not down and out, but every little metric seems to be going the way of the Robins right now. Puffins just need to do what they've done this game and keep improving, because it's still, like I said, trending towards them a little bit at times, especially when they're attacking. But Robins just generally such a strong team right now. Khan again gets in on the action and gets the goal with the double again. Another goal for Robins. 3-1 now. Puffins need to turn around or find themselves in that 2-0 territory, and it's just going to be another uphill battle.
Yeah. And again, I said it, you can't keep giving a team like the Robins space and time to create things. You've got to make them think. At the moment, they're just playing free play in their minds. They're just getting all the time in the world to play with the ball. And if you give mechanical players, high-ranked players, time on the ball, they will make you pay. They will score goals. They will cause damage. And that's exactly what we're seeing them do here as the onslaught continues with Isaac here. He plays the reset, gets a 50. It's going to go towards the net, but Risen will get there this time. Lay, a goal here could make this game questionable, could make it interesting, but it won't be, as already Khan's on the attack. He's going for these high dunk plays, it seems. He's not going to get a touch on it this time, though. Isaac keeps the possession going for the side of the Robins. It's into the centre now. Avicii needs to do well here. He does well. A flick on by Risen. It was nearly brilliant. And we need to see more flashes of what we've just seen there, because that was dangerous. And it definitely made a panic occur in the Robins' mind. But we need to see that happen a lot more frequently. Otherwise, this game's a one-sided ordeal.
Yeah,
Great
another
save.
big save, but it's
Oh,
not
he can't
enough.
do it all. He can't do it all. You know, he gets the first save. The demo's there. He's last man back. Lay disappears off the first play. The best thing to happen there would have been to Lay, to just let Avicii go for the ball. Lay sits down, and then Lay's able to take that ball when it bounces off the crossbar. Instead, he goes and rushes. He panics. He flies across the net. And we see a double commit, which, to be honest, Avicii did a great job of the first save. He's just not, he's not Superman. I think even some of the best players in the world in Rocket League wouldn't be able to make that second save. So it's definitely a bit of an uphill battle, as you said, but it is possible. I do have belief in this team.
Yeah, Puffins, like you said, they've shown a lot in this game, but the Robins have just had a bit more. They've really been tight putting it together again. Another attack that the Robins can just piece together slowly. It feels like they've got so much more time with the ball, but Puffins, just need to keep doing what they're doing, but be a little bit tighter while they're doing it, because when they get a chance like this, it looks great, but when it's not coming off, and you've got all three of them there, can't again put that together, and maybe a little bit of a flex from Isaac that doesn't get it. Another victory in this match for the Robins, and tough now for the Puffins. Definitely need to make just a couple of adjustments. They're almost there, definitely close, but that game very quickly went from a 1-0 lead for the Puffins. Looks like, oh, hold on, they might grow into this set a bit more, and then a 4-1 scoreline. It maybe isn't a fair reflection on exactly how that game went, but at the end of the day, if you're going to concede 4 goals, you can't really be surprised when you don't win.
Yeah, as I say, they've got to give less time to these players. They've got to break them down, make sure they can't have the same opportunities they're having.
Exactly.
You can't just give space to these powerful players, otherwise they will make you pay for the time. You've got to close it down. You can't just sit in net. All three of them sometimes they're just all three of them sat on the goal line. These players are designed, these players are created and manufactured to find the tiny gaps in your defense. And again, a quick start from the Puffins. We've seen it in the last game, though. We could be seeing a sense of deja vu. Let's hope they wipe that one away. Avicii again being influential, a brilliant paced pass, making sure that the shot was going to be fast as well. As long as the pass is fast, the shot can also meet the same expectations on the redirect there.
Yeah, Avicii, when starts playing like that, has been fantastic setup all day.
Oh.
You can't let it go like that. Giving it a chance to the Robins, and Isaac takes it easily.
Isaac. Yeah, the angle's tight, but they've got to do better on the defense. That can't. It's a great angle, it's a great shot, but again, the net bare, no one even near to the ball, which is the concerning part there, and the fact that it happens straight after they just make one march forward, they take 2 marches back, and they could be making 2 marches back here. It's on to be up. It's still dangerous. Avicii this time, though, makes it to the ball. Lay has time. He needs to take it. He plays it across field to Risen. Risen flicks it over one. But again, it seems to be that follow-up play just isn't there. They get the first touch. They get the first idea forward. But the second idea, there's no plan B. There's no plan B if plan A doesn't work. And that's the problem. They're not following up the plays. They're not creating any damage. And they're just letting goals go in like that. The water tap has turned on. The handle's broke. And they can't turn it back off.
Yeah, Isaac again on that right-hand side, just making things happen, and the Puffins not dealing with it. Their in-goal defense hasn't been great, and then just outside of the goal defense hasn't been good either. Defending around the box seems to be where the Robins are just punishing them for it. And again, a good attack coming up from Risen. Can't put it together just yet. But again, another shot just off target, and the more the Puffins seem to attack, the more the Robins seem to want to punish them for it. And again, get back. Risen just clear it off the line. Need more from the Puffins, but still very fast-paced for this one.
Gonna be middle. Beaten again. He's just so good with the read there, the wall reads. The bouncers can sometimes be devilish. Speaking from experience, you don't want to try and read the bounce unless you're 100% certain. These players at this level, they are certain on the bounces. They have put lots of hours into this game, and they've crafted themselves into a really, really good read of play players. You know, especially Isaac. I think he's probably the highest level on the pitch right now. But Avicii's not that far behind for me. I think Avicii's been very, very, very good on the other side of the field. He's the reason this game has stayed close, in my opinion. He's always there. He's making the important saves. He's making the important passes, the important goals. He's always the one to sort of beat out the opposite team. He just needs his teammates to try and do the same, you know, to try and help him out a little bit. And you wouldn't expect that in the Welsh Esports League. The German player is the one performing the best on the team.
But yeah, again, just then, creating an opportunity pretty much by themselves, but nothing to follow up. It wasn't the easiest chance, there was plenty in defense for him. But still, Avicii needs to keep doing that. Keep thinking forward, because the defense just hasn't been strong enough for the Puffins. So, not that you can, get away with avoiding that, but the more you can piece together these plays, these passing moves that the Puffins have done so well so far today, if they can keep that up, they're definitely going to be in a strong stead. The more you can keep the ball away from the Robins, basically, don't want to be giving them any sort of time. Demo's back and forth, the ball just floating around midfield, but this all seems to benefit the Robins when they've got possession of it.
And it's going to be played back by Isaac. Interestingly played back. It could have been a goal, but he went for the demo instead. Interesting decision making there from the Puffins. I'd have just went for the ball there and tried to play a 50, maybe try and score. But Risen's going to try and take the 50 here. Casey Michi will get the beat. That's going to be a shot opportunity for Khan. Beaten away again. Isaac versus Lay here. Lay gets the beat this time. Avicii, can he do it again? Can he make magic happen? No, he can't. Casey Michu reads the play well and keeps it away. Khan tries to find the pinch centre. He's going to get a very, very small pinch, and that's going to be... he nearly scored an own goal, but the follow-up's still there. The pressure's now changed. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Puffins here, but they need to make sure it's sustainable. They can't just do it for 30 seconds and then give up. That's a good touch from Risen. If he gets a second, it's big, but he can't. Can't put it back towards the goal. He's managed to find the read as well, bizarrely enough, and that's going to be on target. Cleared away again, just battered away. Avicii tries to place it forward. He's on 6 boost. He has not got much to work with here. To the backboard from Risen, but Isaac's already there. Shot comes back down. It's a very, very scrappy sort of ending to this match. No one really taking any control. It's just getting hit around the field, and it's going to be towards the net again. Isaac's low on boost, but he manages to get the power on 0, which is really impressive. And it looks to be, if one more goal goes in here for the Robins, I'd say it's dead and buried. But if we can get an equaliser, that makes this exciting.
Yeah, this last couple of minutes has devolved into a bit of chaos. And I think that might suit the Puffins just a bit. They seem to thrive in that sort of madness, but now a bit of control from the Robins.
Nice, good challenge.
Still.
Good demo, it's open.
Fast aggression here, but that is a nice block again from Khan. A huge rock at defense his entire set so far. There's a chance coming in.
Surely!
Risen goal wide open and 2 for 2. That is back all square in this third match.
I mean, it's took them this long. They've had chance after chance. They could be 5-2 up, but finally they find the goal. They find the important chance to finish it off. 2-2, 21 seconds here.
Don't give it up quick.
Yeah, don't concede a kickoff goal. That'd be the worst sort of position to be in at this time. They're not going to just yet, but Casey Michi puts it towards the net. It has to be good. Why is he going for a psycho? Doesn't matter. It works out for him. Lay, can he meet it again? Can he beat Khan? No, Khan will clear it back down. A redirect from Isaac.
Oh my goodness! That was going in.
The post stopped it. Very, very lucky the Puffins to make it over across the line, but they have done. And now it's going to require them to focus in a little bit here. They need to step up the level, I think, even more so in this extra time period. If they get the goal, we're back to 2-1. We're back to a position where we can start to call for a victory on the side of blue. We can start to dream and believe with them. And it's going to be a good beat there. Awkwardness in defense. It's going to be up to Lay here. Oh no, Avicii says no, I'm going to take it. Passes it down though. Avicii's decision making there, I'm not too sure about. That should have been Lay's ball. But again, we see a position where the Puffins are trying stuff here. They're trying to to improve. The speed's improved. They're getting there.
Into the ball, piecing it together. That's a great shot. Fantastic save from Isaac, just to keep this one tight. And again, whenever the Puffins attack, they look dangerous. They look almost more dangerous. Don't want to let something cheap slip through, though. Doesn't quite connect that time. But Robins scrambling a little bit here. Definitely a chance for the Puffins.
Yeah, most certainly so. Risen's going. Can he find the shot? It's looking open. If he just hits that on target, the bounce off Khan goes a different way. And that's going to be a clearance from Casey Michu. Avicii does clear up some room at a demo there. Risen takes a touch. Casey Michu's on 0 boost. It's a perfect chance to go for a solo play, but it looks like he's going to play the pass to Lay instead. I would not have done that. And I think it's that side of things. I don't think they have the confidence really to go solo in the lobby like this. That's a great demo. Shoot, please!
Oh,
Shoot!
it's wide open. Doesn't connect. Just a little dink from Lay. Not enough on the target there. Still, Puffins having a way better pressure throughout this game. Really grown into this set, especially after the way that first game went. But oh no, a bit of a mess there. Getting caught. Don't want to be in this position. Allowing the Robins to build some momentum and pressure. Good clearance there. Right to Lay, and Lay back on the attack. This is what the Puffins need. Lay goes for it. Doesn't get it. Can the follow-up follow through?
Way.
No, caught for the
way!
The ball's going, and it's going all the way home. Isaac there steals one away for the Robins. And what was a great game for the Puffins. Now a 3-0 set for the Robins.
It was a pinch between Avicii and Isaac, which means it classifies as an own goal. Oh no. Avicii challenged it really, really bizarrely there. And he sort of planted his own grave. Because I don't think they can come back from that. That's the closest they're going to get. And I think this is going to end 4-0 now. I think after that overtime, if they don't get that one across the line, then it's a very, very dark road back. And unless they show real character here, I don't know, the confidence will be reinstalled to the side of the Robins, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I think if the Puffins win that game, like you said, we can start to dream, start to think, you know what, they've got a lot about them here. They can definitely make this a big set, but a 3-0 deficit, again, we're looking at reverse sweep territory. And you know, the Puffins can clearly hurt the Robins, but they need to piece it together. They've been getting these early goals, which is not quite working out just yet. Lay off the mark there with that possible chance. And, well, Puffins now, we need to see almost a dominant game. They need to really turn it around. Casey Michu in a little bit of trouble.
Oh, again.
And there, yeah, Risen slides it in. So, again, early goal for the Puffins. They just need to continue this momentum. I almost need to see 2 or 3 more goals from them here just to really satisfy this. Good fight there from Casey Michu, but not enough. And Risen gets that early goal, but do the Robins respond quickly again?
It's the third time in a row we've seen them score first and score fast. You know, we're so used to seeing this now that it almost becomes just part of the game. And now they'll concede 3 goals and we'll be back to where we're usually at. I mean, they have that game management is not something they seem to have down at the moment. Maybe now they've realised that maybe now they can improve. That's not a great touch from Avicii, but he was low boost. Oh, Khan, a good touch middle, cleared away by Lay, but he's not going to have enough boost to make it do. Isaac, though, will. He beats him to the boost, he beats him to the ball. It's going to be kept in by Avicii, drops it down, double tap! And that's the first time we've seen Avicii with a little bit of space forward. And he finally tapped it in and gets the goal, and wow, a beautiful goal at that from Avicii.
Now look at that angle, absolutely perfect. Nothing that the Robins could do about that. This is what the Puffins need. You know, they wanted to get a little bit of a head start in this game, get a couple of goals in, build that confidence back up, you know, because we know these players have got it. They've had some great team plays, but not a whole lot of individual plays this game. Like you said, maybe lacking a little bit of that confidence, but Avicii there trying to wake up their team, and well, goes for a good individual play, succeeds with it, and Nixon wants to get in on the action as well. It's set far from over.
They've got to keep going here. They can't stop scoring. If they can hit the beast whilst it's down, they might have a chance at reverse sweeping this. It's going to be 4 games back to back. It's going to be long. It's going to be painful, and at times it's going to look impossible. But it certainly is possible now. We've seen this new side of this team. They've improved with each game that we've seen in the series, and now could be the turning point for them, if you will. And for them to turn a clean page and just try and go on a streak of games here, but they've got to keep themselves at a high standard. They can't drop from that. So far, they're doing a good job, but again, still 3 minutes left in this game alone. That's plenty of time. And with double commits like that, they've 50'd each other out. Who knows if that was going in if only one of them hit the ball. I don't. Neither do they. But it's going to be a shot towards goal there. Quick shot. If that Isaac gets there, Lay does a good job keeping that one away. But again, a double commit. They are panicking. You can tell the adrenaline's rushing too. Maybe just a little bit too fast. And that tournament experience that I was talking about with the Robins, this is where that will start to apply. They've got the experience to keep calm. Even though they're 2 goals down, they know that they're good enough to get this game back. They know that they're, well, in their heads, that they're the better team. They're 3-0 up. There's a reason for that. And they've 2 goals for them in 2.5 minutes is nothing.
Yeah, and they definitely don't want to give up anything cheap again, the Puffins. You know, the Robins have played so well that anything you give them is just totally free. And another good shot on goal there for the Robins, but Puffins defending it much better, I think, this game than they have all set. They've been a bit more together. Again, it might be that adrenaline coming through, right? But you do need to know when to calm it down. How do you keep it tight? Maybe they want another goal first. Maybe they think if they got a 3-0 lead, they can start to calm it down a bit and relax and think about the next game. But it all has to be on the line in this one, because like you said, 2 goals is nothing for this Robins team. They've already put 7 past the Puffins once in this set, so definitely need to keep things tight. That's another good shot, but the follow-up not quite there. A little bit slower to the ball are the Robins right now, and they've given some space to the Puffins to work with. And if the Robins can put this game out now, then it's just a dominating performance. But if you give up 1 game, it just allows the Puffins to feel a bit more free and maybe grow some more confidence.
Yeah, they've done a very, very good job this game of the game mechanics, and they are starving boost. They are getting demos, and especially if they can control the boost control. You know, we've seen players there going for the shot with no boost behind them. It's just going to make the overall shot easy to save, slower on the net, and that's exactly what they need to be able to save it easier. But if they can't catch up to their opponent's speed, then make the opponents play at their speed. That's a missed open net there from Khan. He had to do better there, really, for the sweep to continue. It's going to be awkward now. This could be a chance. It has to be in, though. It will be saved away. No demos on the goal line there. Can they find it back centre? Casey Michu gets a bump, but it will fall back to Risen in sort of a pinball-style manoeuvre. Avicii to the backboard. Cleared down by Khan. Touched on by Casey Michu. If you're the Robins at the moment and you're a fan of them, they need to score very, very soon if they want to keep this possibility open. Although the defence from the Puffins at the moment seems to be very, very secure. And that's definitely going to give more time off the clock. The redirects there. Isaac will tap it back. Miss from Khan, but Casey Michu will take over. Lay gets a very, very good challenge there, and it's starting to come to that sort of realisation period of, oh wait, this game's going to number 5, because I don't think we're going to be done here. We're definitely not going to be done. The time is ticking. They're playing game management. They're playing time. Everybody knows it now. We're going to game 5. It's not over yet, this series. 3-1 the score will be. And they've gone this game, the Puffins, without conceding. Now, what a difference that is. Game 1, losing 7-1. And this game not conceding a single goal. Now, that's a change and a half in what they've been doing on the pitch. And they need to keep it up. And they need to keep making sure they're adjusting to the changes that will definitely come from the roster sat on the opposite side of them here with the Robins.
Look, that's exactly why this game is a best of 7 and not just a best of 5. It allows time for these teams to adapt and adjust, and the Puffins got to be feeling confident. We've been flying into these games. Both these sets of players really want to get this ball rolling. And, you know, the Puffins have done better in every game. You know, the big 7-2 loss early on, then it was like a 4-2 loss, I think, then into an overtime 3-2 loss. All of a sudden, they've won a game without conceding. The Puffins really growing and the Robins not adjusted just yet. Now, they haven't needed to. They haven't lost the game until now. So now we might see some changes from the Robins. But Puffins have done a great job and a great example of how to grow into a set.
Yeah, we spoke about how the Robins are making it, you know, getting better at the game. I mean,
oh, chance.
It's just going to be going back to basics again, I think, for the Robins here. You know, they've got to go back to basics. They're getting starved of boost. They're getting demoed. They're getting bumped. They're getting teased. You know, they just need to go back to their basics in the game and not go for the, you know, the over fancy plays. Keep the speed, keep the precision, but the shots need to be better. I mean, there's a couple of shots in the last game that just weren't anywhere near the target. If they get them on target, it's a goal, and Isaac starts the game off with a goal here. And that's the first time in, it seems like forever, we've actually seen the Robins open the scoring.
Yeah, big commitment there from the Puffins, I think. Again, maybe that adrenaline's still pumping. Haven't quite calmed it down yet. Needed some cool heads for that defense there. Just need to keep things tight. You still want to be on the front foot. Still want to be the ones attacking. But you still need to keep it open. Oh, wow. A complete reverse there, giving the Robins a taste of their own medicine. Robins get a goal. Puffins immediately answer with a kickoff. That is a cool head from Lay. Kept it tight, dribbled the ball straight into the net, and that's exactly what the Puffins need to keep the momentum in their favor in this set.
Yeah, undeniably, that comeback sort of attitude that they've got is going to keep them afloat for now. It's going to come down to pure skill, though, if they can keep it going even longer. Now, the issue with this format and the fact that they are 3 games down is that at any point that they mess up, it could be costly. And they've still got 3 games to win if they want to take this series. It's absolutely crazy how many games the Rocket League will have to see if this goes to Game 7. We shouldn't see it go to Game 7. The Robins should be able to finish this one out earlier. I still haven't lost my faith in them. Our prediction was overall with them. And they just are having a very, very hard time, it seems, to adjusting. But again, like, they are speeding to the ball when they don't need to. You know, they've got a lot more time than they think they have. And they need to use that time a lot more effectively, because right now they're just hitting and hoping the ball in the hopes and the thoughts that, you know, they're going to get through. But if they just take the time, I like that from Casey Mitchell. I know it doesn't go anywhere, but I like it. Taking time, making sure that if they are to challenge, that you just force the ball past them, play that 50-50, get the power on them. You know, 50-50, again, in this game, it's not luck-based, it's completely skill-based. If you can know how to play your 50s right on the ground in the air, it's going to be good. And that's a great pass down, a great save from Lay off the post, and it could cause an attack, but no, Isaac will defuse the situation early, and it will put the Robins back on the attack. Oh, what a save!
Oh, another save coming out from the Puffins, and another chance coming out from the Robins, but not working. The Puffins actually putting a defense together now. It's certainly what they struggled with in the first game, but have definitely tightened it up. I think Lay has been a great stalwart back there, but not any longer. The Robins do now manage to break through, take a lead in this game. 2 minutes on the Puffins lifeline here. Can they turn it back around?
Yeah, Casey Michu's car there, just directing Lay's car into a position he didn't want to, making his landing very, very bumpy and not easy, which meant he didn't get that second touch on the ball. That all came from Avicii's unfortunate attempt at a pinch. Instead of pinching it on the sidewall, he touched it back across his home net, left Risen very awkward, then Risen gets beaten, and then Lay, unfortunately, gets 50'd as well. And, you know, it's just stupid little mistakes like that that are so minuscule, you know, so unfortunate, and it will just make you pay, especially against a roster that is as good as the side of the Robins. But down, but not out yet for the Puffins. They have the chance to keep going. They have the chance to keep fighting, show that spirit, show that belief and desire. Lay gets a really good touch there to remain possession with himself, although he did not go for that back corner boost. I was expecting him to go for the back corner boost. He doesn't. He leaves it, and that could be costly for him. Oh, he's missed the shot, Isaac, there. Now they could pay for missing that shot. But again, there's a hell of a lot of demos and a lot of confusion on the pitch. The ball's finally picked up by Risen. He will just play it down the middle. It causes some damage. Avicii gets a beat. Lay, can he direct this towards the net? Back to Risen across the net. Great save from Casey Michu, who came out from behind, I believe it was Lay, and just saved this one away. And that's an open net.
Shots, yes, there we go. Avicii gets a goal, all set up by Lay. If last game was Avicii's game, this has been Lay's time to shine. Had a much better game, had quite a quiet game actually in the match that the Puffins did win, but now really coming to the forefront. 2-2, and this minute left in this game. Robins have been confident, have been looking good, but can't let anything slip cheaply like that. Coming under a bit more pressure. Again, if this game goes the way of the Puffins, this set is mighty spicy. So Robins definitely want to get this one over with. It should have been a 4-0. If it gets to
oh my word,
2 at the moment, another big chance, another big save from Casey Michu, but the Puffins still rocking forward.
Oh, this is a shaky period. He's gone too high there, though. That's a stupid play from the right. And I will say it because I know these guys are better than what they're playing. This game should be over. They're feeling the stress now. They're feeling the panic. Oh my word, what are we doing? That's starting to set into their minds. You can see it with the way they're playing. They're playing some very interesting touches, but that's going to be on target. It's not going to be in. It's saved away. It's not from Lay. I think it was Avicii in the end who got that touch away. He was on very, very shaky ground, shall we say. He was standing on ice with metal boots as he could have scored an own goal. But it's going to be towards the net. Casey Michu to the sidewall. Will they keep it up? Yes, they will. Isaac sends it forward now. Risen Will he keep going? He will. He tries to get the dribble, but it will fall down for the second overtime of this series.
Overtime with the Puffins' lives on the line here. One goal ends it for them, and you don't want to give anything up cheap to Khan.
No.
There's some space, and there's the goal for Isaac. And the Robins will take the Welsh Esports League final. Puffins put up a fight, but that is the finishing blow.
Yeah, to lose that game after all the effort they put into a kickoff goal is the most infuriating thing. They will be very, very angry at that, I believe. They'll be very, very peeved off. But the better team won, in my opinion. The stronger team won. I think eventually, if the Puffins did keep winning, before they get to that Game 7 mark, they'd have been beaten maybe 4-2. So it was always going to happen in my eyes. They were always going to lose. It was just a matter of when. It was a very, very good spirit. And it seemed like when the belief sort of set in, they played 10 times better. They need to keep that belief for future tournaments 100%. Because if they just see names on the opposite team and lose their heads, that's what we've seen in Game 1. They've seen the names on the other team. They went, oh my word, we're playing against these players. We're going to lose. And that's where they lost 7-1. As soon as they realised, okay, wait, these guys aren't actually that good, they got the game back under control. They caused some problems, and unfortunately, it just didn't go their way. But if they started the game playing like that, then maybe we'd see a different result. Maybe we go 1-1, 2-2 in series, we go all the way. But unfortunately, that's not the way it is. In Game 5, we see a win there from the Robins, a very, very well-deserved team to win the game as well. The first time, I think, for all three players, I believe, to win this competition. I know Khan and Casey Mitchell played before. They've been previous finalists. Now they've finally got the taste of the victory. So they'll be happy with themselves. And yeah, an overall really, really good night again of Rocket League action for Esports Wales. And a great way to end off the 5th season of the Welsh Esports League.
Yeah, really good fun. Obviously, set could have gone a few different ways. It did seem like a Robins, obviously just a stronger team overall, probably would have won the set most times. But they certainly made it interesting, did the Puffins there. If any little margin could have gone their way, 2 games at overtime, if both of those games go in their favor, it's a much different set. But that's why the Robins are here. That's why they won the game. They had that tournament experience on their backs, and yeah, really worked for them. But certainly shouldn't take too much away from the Puffins there. They definitely had a good performance, had more in the tank to give, I think. Just didn't quite put it together this time. But certainly a team to watch out for.
100%. And, hopefully, we don't know the details yet, but if there is a Welsh Esports League Season 6, hopefully we return again, and hopefully these players return again as well, and hopefully more competition as well. Let's push this out a little bit further, get some more teams in competing, and get some more competition for the title. I hope both teams are back. I hope the Puffins come back with revenge and the Robins come back to try and reclaim the crown, but that will all be decided in Season 6. Unfortunately, we have to say the words again. This is the final game, the final day of Season 5. We thank you all for supporting Esports Wales along the journey of the Welsh Esports League. But for Rocket League's sake and for our sake, that will be all for this season. And yeah, we thank you all very, very much for watching. A big thank you to John for getting us back on and getting us back out here again. It's my 5th season of the Welsh Esports League. I've been lucky enough to be brought back for all 5 of them. It's great to be here and to keep this going. And hopefully I'll return for Season 6 as well. But big thank you to John. Big thank you to Judas for stepping in tonight. I know Rocket League's not usually your game. Hopefully you've got yourself some bearings now of how it works. Big thank you as well to the producer, Kashi. Great job behind the screen there, doing a really good job with the buttons. And a big thank you, obviously, to everyone in the staff server who keeps the dream alive, keeps it going. It is really, really important for the esports in Wales, to be completely honest with you. Let's keep it growing. But now I've done with the waffling, it is time to sign off for the night. Again, a massive thank you for everybody who's watched and supported this season for Rocket League. And we do really, really hope that you'll be back with us in the next season. Stay tuned for the announcements, and we'll see you again in Season 6.